Hello, people. I was doing a bit of ED3 earlier today. I just felt like doing it. I don't know. Normally, I don't really like ED3 that much, but today I felt like doing a couple of hours back to back, and I sort of got into the flow. So my ambassador kills were improving slowly. I figured out a nicer way to do Terror Kit, but until I break my PR, I'm not gonna showcase that one. But I did break my ambassador timer. My previous one was 3:15, and the one that I got today was 3:12. I did end up getting a 3:15 tick PR earlier today, but that's not really worth a comment or an upload. So, it's the same timer and no real difference. And honestly, 3-second improvement is kind of questionable whether that's interesting in itself, but this kill was weird because I got really, really lost at two quite critical points, and I felt like half the time I was just fucking around, like not really knowing what to do. So I figured I would take this one and slow it down and review it like I did some of the other ones previously, because that seemed like it was really appreciated. There were a lot of people asking for more of those. So doing this one. First I'm going to showcase the whole kill in slow motion and explain everything, and then I'm just going to let it play with the music that was running on the stream in real time. Starting out, I'm doing my normal natural instinct into incendiary shot build. I'm sorry, pup, I still haven't turned that around because I don't see the benefit for it. I'm going to run in here, I'm going to do a test swiftness into Ricochet, then Eldritch Spec and SGB with the Ruby Bolts into my first set of thresholds, which is Snapshot and Rapid Fire, and then Debo. So there's my DS, my Ricochet, ECB spec. Going into the SGB. And then the snap rapid. Then after the smoke meter starts above my head, I res. So I just snagged in an extra debo there because I had a lot of adren. And at this point I should re-ECB and step out of the smoke after it's been planted. There we go. Hopefully another Ricochet. And here I should be dark bowing or using my shadow tendrils. I did neither, I think. Yep, missed that. So I'm going into my snap and my rapid. And then by the end of this rapid fire, my god bow is going to be off cooldown, so I could use that again at the end of the DS. And since he's coming quite close to the damage cap now, the god bow has a chance to overface him slightly, which it did there. So that god bow and the Rico dropped him down to 616, facing at 39 seconds, I think, or somewhere. The 616 is a pretty good overface, which gives me a nice advantage for P2. So here it's just the usual shit, really. ECBing once to clear the first 3 fragments dumb fast and gain a little bit of an advantage time-wise so I can chill on the last ones. Then at the end of this, I normally start doing another crit build. Obviously, since P1 was really quick, my natural instinct's not going to be ready, so I can only incendiary shot. Here I'm not really ECBing because I opted to soul split back some of my HP. Then normally I would kill these 2 fragments and then incendiary shot Ambassador and rebuild to 100 so I can DS pretty much the same second he becomes vulnerable again. This time, if I remember correctly, I screwed that up and it ended up getting lost in my focus, so I thought I was still pre-building. See, I put the incendiary shot on that, which was dumb, because we're still way off Ambassador being vulnerable. My adrenaline is back up to 100 now, so I'm wasting a lot of time on this incendiary. And then I DS'd here for some reason, I have no idea why. I wanted to natural instinct there, but I didn't do that. And I can see now that the nat wasn't available anyway. But here I screwed up. See, if you look at this, what you have here is my death swiftness timer being down to 27 seconds once he becomes vulnerable. So my first God Bow is not within 30-second time window of being able to use it again at the end of the DS. So I completely botched this death swiftness rotation. I wasted like 10 seconds of it and I fucked my second God Bow up. So here I'm mostly improvising. I threw in the Shadow Tendril once I realized everything was going really poorly and I kind of just gave up. Here I should have debowed. I have no idea why I didn't do that. There we go. Should have done at least one more debow at this point. There was that. That was at least a good call. And then I need to re-ECB here, but I don't really have any abilities ready, so I don't know how I would have dealt with that. Or how I should have dealt with that, because this DS was so cucked that the end of this was pretty much pointless. So out of DS, I went for my thresholds and that second God Bow, just to keep the pacing. But looking at everything now, I'm pretty convinced that I would have gained from building up to Incendiary instead and then redoing a full death swiftness with a crit bonus, because that way I could have done both the God Bows and the double threshold stacks with Eldritch specs, since I have my Adren pot ready. Instead, I ended up here with essentially nothing, 50% Adren, and kind of no real plan, which was really weird. And then I DS'd, I Adren potted. I should have ECB spec'd straight there. Yep, good. And now, because I ruined the rotation previously, my God Bow is not available. So I used the Threshes. So I don't have any crit bonus. The Dark Bows are really difficult to carry Adren-wise here. Which also cucked me for a couple seconds. That really pissed me off, because this DS was kind of like, this entire P3 was just kneecapped from the terrible death swiftness timer on P2. And here I am essentially improvising with no clue what's going on. That was really, really poorly handled. It kind of pisses me off because that P1 was absolutely fantastic. So if I can have another one of those followed by not screwing everything up, I'm pretty sure I have like a 305 or something in the bag. And if I could get that close to 3 minutes, that would make me really happy. But on the upside, I am enjoying ED3 a little bit again, so I'm probably going to be doing this a little bit more and see if I can shave a couple more seconds off this and get down into the single digits at least. And here's the kill in real time.